roll the window up and just let some go in there just to kind of, keep the buzz going. No problem. Give me a big punching bag full.
Right.
All right, so a weird day, and I don't want to go any more about these shoes, Drew, but I really, Drew, I just got to say something real fast. We have had free shoes offered to us a couple of times on this show. Let me tell you about the lucrative world of radio. Once in a while, people come by and they say, hey, we're from the such-and-such boot company, and we'd like to set you, Drew, and Ann, and Lisa, or whoever else. No, not Lisa. Oh, sorry, Lisa. We'd like to set you, Drew, and Ann. It's probably just you and Drew, but then because Ann's the one who gets hold of the catalog, it becomes Ann. Up with anything you like. Just go ahead and circle whatever you like in the catalog. And I don't mean 15 pair of boots.
Just one thing.
Yeah, pick out a pair of boots you like, circle them, and 3 weeks later you'll get them in the mail. And you think, hey, this is great. And you really take your time like an idiot. This is the funny process because you really study. And then you get in a whole round table about it. Hey, Drew, what'd you pick out? Oh, nice, yeah. Does that come in a 10? Yeah. What are you, about 10.5? Yeah. I was thinking that, but, and you spend 15 minutes on it. Now I want to sue because of the time we spent on this thing.
Right.
And lo and behold, either you don't... The last time we did this, Drew, what did we get?
Nothing.
No. We each got a pair of shoes, size 4.5, that had nothing to do.
Right.
Like, I circled a pair of loafers and got a pair of...
hiking boots.
Of fishing waders.
Right.
Stream waders. All right, who told you to do that? I put...
Ann just thought it. Mike did it.
All right, stay away from that, Mike. Oh, we have the least supportive cast here in the world. Last time I did it, I got a pair of hip waders that were size 4. And Drew got a pair of clown shoes.
Right.
I mean, you couldn't have been further. I don't know why we picked.
Right.
And then Ann said, well, these aren't the right ones. I'll just turn them in and you'll get a new pair.
You'll get the right ones.
Right.
Yeah. Never
Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. This time, we just got a pair. Drew, are your shoes...
No, these were sent spontaneously. The ones we actually picked were so out of line, Ann didn't even bring them in.
Oh, is that true?
These were things that somebody else picked for us. Right? Ann?
Right.
The other ones were so pathetic.
No, yeah, the ones that you picked, Drew, didn't even exist.
Yeah, mine didn't exist.
The ones that Adam picked, he got what was close, but they're so hideous I didn't bring them in.
For Emmett Kelly.
The ones I brought you in today, I thought you would like.
Ann.
But Drew, you like yours.
Ann says, Mike, you're a guy.
You guys are bitching about free shoes, though.
Mike, you're a guy, but seriously, look at this shoe. Look at this shoe. No man has ever worn this shoe. Would you look at this shoe? Have I ever worn anything that's even close to
Mike,
this?
What do you think?
What size are those?
Yes, exactly.
They look like they're size 40.
I'll take them.
Oh,
Drew
boy.
even likes them. Drew?
I kind of like them.
No,
Yeah.
you do not,
I
Drew.
kinda do.
You would never wear these.
I have trouble wearing them, I must admit.
Listen, I don't want to... My idea for wearing shoes is to have people not stare at my feet for hours on end, and that's what these shoes...
And with what you're wearing right now, you'll have no problem with people looking at your feet
What are
because
those
those are the most hideous-looking
These
shoes.
are my Mexican loafers I got from the supermarket.
They're slippers.
They're slippers. All right, I'm comfortable. That's the point. They're $3. I'm comfortable. This is a spectacle. I mean, you'd have people just fixated on your shoes like drug addicts staring at the sun.
Mike's going to wear them.
No, Mike, I'm taking those things back and cashing them in for something I
Everybody in
want to
this
wear.
room thinks those are awesome.
They're an awesome example of a shoe. It's just if you put them on a human being, it would be a disgrace. As a shoe, like if you had to take a picture of a shoe and put it up at a gallery, I would take a picture of this shoe and put it up. It's an amazing shoe as shoes go, but as feet and shoes go, it's the world's worst choice. Mike, you would look like a gay lumberjack in those shoes. You would look like a gay pimp lumberjack in those.
That's look is cultivating.
All right. Mike is cultivating the gay lumberjack
I'm going
look.
for that gay lumberjack look.
That's very good. Yeah, it's really working for you. Tony.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, you're 20, and we've got nothing we've ever ordered out of a catalog.
I feel the same way. I got a question for the doctor here. Me and my girlfriend have been going out now for about a good 8 months, and she's been taking a pill, and she just stopped due to lack of money. And we're looking into taking the DEP shot. I need to know what the pros and cons are of the DEP over the pill.
Is she going to be able to get it at a lower cost?
Depending on if it's better than the pill in certain aspects, we'll take and pay the cost. Does it make a difference?
So money is not the
Money
issue.
somewhere?
Money is not the issue then.
No.
What is the issue?
Basically, it's just the pill. You can forget to take it, and sometimes you can get yourself in trouble or have
That's
to worry
right.
about it.
That's correct. And with the shot, you don't have to do that.
So is there any, like, side effects to
Yeah,
the
I mean,
shot?
most women have a lot of irregular bleeding. They'll often bleed continuously, even for the first 3 months, and then not bleed at all after that. Some women have hair growth and weight gain, this sort of thing. But that's about it. Otherwise, it is virtually as effective as the pill, and it's certainly something you don't have to worry about because you don't have to remember to take it every day.
Does she have to worry about, sometimes she has some pretty severe cases of depression that's not going to affect that at all, is she?
How did the pill affect her?
The pill, it hasn't changed it much.
It probably won't change it much. It can
Okay.
sometimes make it better, sometimes make it worse.
Okay,
But
great.
that's true of any pill also. So.
Great, thanks a lot.
All right.
That'd give him that shot right in the penis. That'd be good birth control.
Huh. How about just a giant spear right through it? That'd be...
Hey, when are they going to start coming out with some male birth control?
I don't know.
Great. Glad you're on top of that. Kevin,
Hello.
you're 23.
Yep.
What's going on?
Well, I got the itchy butt problem.
I got that too.
Yeah. Well, basically, this is how it goes. It occurred probably about a little less than a year ago. I went to the doctor and had him check it out. I said, "Well, what's going on? Is there worms or what's going on?" And he's like, "Well, looks okay." And he gave me some hydrazone cream.
Cortisone. Yeah.
What?
Cortisone.
Cortisone. Yeah. Actually.
Hydrocortisone.
Hydrocortisone, yeah, that's correct. And I used it, seemed to help, and I got lazy on it, and it really is kind of I use it every once in a while, but this doesn't seem to really be very effective.
Where are you putting it?
What do you think?
All right, don't crack wise with me, Kevin. Let me tell
So
you.
to speak.
The ass. Hey, everybody. Dr. Drew. Is it going in the crack, or is it going on top, or where's it going?
In the hole.
In the hole?
Around the hole, around the lips, everywhere, right there.
Oh, boy.
And
how you getting it in the hole? Put some on your boyfriend?
No. But it's just I've been getting more hair down there, so I'm thinking maybe it's a wiping problem. I'm not really sure. I think I wipe my butt out.
How did they test you for the pinworm?
He basically just looked in that area and he stuck it. He put a glove on and stuck his finger up there, and then they tested. He had. I don't know if he stuck something up in that area, a little piece
Like a stick?
Tape?
Pulled it out, said your cord
something, and
low.
they checked it and basically gave me a clean bill of health.
They actually
And I don't know if they checked for hemorrhoids.
I'm sure
I don't know
he
what. I don't know what.
I'm sure. Did he say there were hemorrhoids?
No, he said everything is fine. Just take the cortisone cream and it should be over with.
All right, well,
There's
you
a-
slacked off on the cortisone.
Well, is that all it needs to be? Because I took it for a while and just.
How long?
Probably 2 months.
Yeah. Something called pruritus ani. And that's what he's got. And it could still be the worms. Those worms are sometimes hard to detect.
You are in love with those worms, Drew.
No, not really.
Uncle Drew's ringworm
he's
farm.
a little... It's not a ringworm. And he's
What is it?
It's, I think it'd be a pinworm. Or a
Pinworm.
whipworm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, he is a little bit old for that, but it can happen. And they actually... As I understand, they actually put tape around there at night because they tend to come out and migrate out at night.
Oh, that is so foul.
Yeah.
You mean they put fly paper?
I've never had to do this. Yeah, I've never had to do that. But I know that's...
Oh, they don't do that.
Yeah, it was one of the old ways for kids of testing for it.
And then check and see if anything's stuck to the paper, like one of those medfly traps you hang off a tree.
I would think that it would also show up in the stool if you had a stool specimen actually sent to the lab. So that's one possibility. And it could just be, the function there. It could be some hemorrhoid that's not immediately easily detectable, and he needs to use cortisone cream.
Let me
Maybe a
say
stronger
this.
cortisone
Hey,
cream.
I think the butt needs a fair amount of attention anyway. Just as a general scratching thing.
Well, but he may need
I
to take
scratch
on-
my ass probably good 75% more than I scratch, let's say, my underarm or my chest or my groin or my forehead. You know what I mean? I go for the ass the majority of the time.
Yeah, but you've got that whole...
There's just a lot going on down there.
Yeah.
That's all.
God knows what's in there.
Hey, for me, it's like the engine room of a ship. It just takes a few more guys and a little more, a few more man hours down there than it would to be, let's say, up on one of the poop decks. You see what I'm saying, Drew?
You and that
Drew, you know you scratch your ass more than you would scratch like your shoulder.
All right.
Because there's stuff.
Yeah.
That's right where the legs meet.
It's irritated, right? The fact
between
is,
the legs joining there and the testicles and the hair and the heat and the dookie factor. I mean, there's a lot going on in that small area.
Very important point to make, of course.
I know.
If he took warm baths every day and kept it very dry, and there's also a possibility of fungus, antifungal agents, and using hemorrhoid creams. There's a lot of things he could try. Talc. He tried various things, and I'm sure he will figure out a way to control it.
Amy.
Hello.
Hey, you're 21.
Yeah, hi. My situation is that I am in a program for people with mental disabilities, and in the past, one of my psychiatrists had, I've been in psychiatric field since I was about 15, like hospitalized in programs and things. Been diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder and with borderline personality. And one of my previous psychiatrists had put in my file that she was trying to rule out fictitious disorder. Or factitious?
Fictitious what?
Huh?
Fictitious what?
Disorder.
Of what? There's all kinds of fictitious disorders.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that much about it, but like, see, I tend to do things to try to get attention.
Well, that's what she's talking about.
Yeah. But what do you mean by there's different kinds of things?
Well, you could be having a seizure, you could be vomiting, there's all kinds of things that you could be manifesting that are of a fictitious nature.
Oh, well, it's with many things. But you see, I don't know why I do it, and I'm having a lot of trouble with it.
That one aspect of your sanity, or lack thereof, that one part, is that the part you're calling about?
Yeah, the fictitious part.
Why?
What I basically called about was, it's kind of on the back burner right now at the program. I'm really high up on the levels and things. But, like, whenever I really do come down with something, see, in this program, basically, I haven't done anything that they would think would be factitious.
Right,
but since it's already in my file from a previous
hold on a second, Amy. What's factitious mean?
Pretend.
Okay.
Fictitious.
Fiction.
Fiction.
She said factitious.
I know.
Should I correct her on her grammar, or just she's got bigger fish to fry?
Let's get through this.
Well, what do you mean?
Because I still have yet to hear a question.
Amy?
Yeah?
Now, listen. I know things could be better for you emotionally.
Yeah?
So I don't want to provoke you in any way.
Yeah?
But you got to ask a question so we can answer it.
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, you are?
Yes, I'm going to right now.
All right, go.
Okay. I would like to know how I can prevent, get help from the program or someplace else for my fictitious disorder without having them get down my throat and look down on me and think that everything that I'm doing is for attention.
Okay. You already have insight to the fact that it is something you do to get attention, right? Do you talk about that with your peers?
No.
Do you have any close relationship with peers or treating professionals?
Well, I have a doctor at the program, and I've talked to her about it when I first got here.
Just answer questions. How about peers? Do you have a close relationship with any peers?
No.
Do you want relationship with peers?
I kind of do, but I kind of don't.
Okay.
I'm kind of scared about it.
Are you living in-house?
Yeah.
The program has housing.
Okay. All right, but listen.
How come no one can answer a question? Wow, what is that?
Nights.
How come no one can answer a question?
Not with yes or no.
Amy, are you living in-house?
What do you mean by in-house?
Do you live at home or do you live
at a program?
At a program.
Program.
Okay.
The answer would be yes.
Okay.
Here's the deal. I mean, for whatever reason, making a real emotional contact with other people is a very painful and conflicted experience for you. The only way you can feel comfortable with it and in control of it is when you are going after these attention-seeking, through this attention-seeking behavior that manifests as fictitious complaints about medical conditions. You have insight into the fact that it disrupts your relationship with your peers and your caretakers, and it puts you in danger's way in a way, doesn't it? Because your caretakers can't know when you're really crying wolf or when you really have a viable problem. It's a very difficult problem to care for, people that have what we call somatic disorders. What you're looking for, though, what you're seeking, is some sort of a connection with other people. That's what you're lacking. You've got to try to find some way to make relationships, friendships with your peers and with staff in a more direct and healthy way, as opposed to doing these crazy behaviors and acting out in a way that's clearly attention-seeking. You have that insight, change it, and try to find a way to get close with people, because that's ultimately what you're looking for. And you've got a safe environment. You've got professionals to observe you and help you deal with the feelings that come with that.
This is really bumming my high. First the dentist, and now Drew.
It's a bad combo.
Yeah, it's weird that it's still got the nitrous ringing in my head.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, once you get weirded out real good about 10 in the morning, you're done for the day, by the way. I've been weird the entire day.
You're anxious. You're anxious. Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. I'm just, it's just weird. Yeah, like
it's
that.
like the other day we were at the University of Illinois and you yelled corn.
Yeah.
And then you were weird for the next 2 hours after that.
Like, 'cause I gave myself, when we did this lecture thing, somebody wanted me to yell corn because...
you wanted you to yell corn.
No, would you shut up? Shut his mic up. In Iowa, it's nothing but corn. In the University of Northern Illinois, nothing but corn. I mean, it is nothing but corn. And somebody who listened to the radio show wanted me to yell the corn yell. And I stood up in front of about 2,000 people. I got the mic, and I just did the for about 5 minutes straight. And then I got a huge head rush and flopped back down in my seat and was never right for the rest of the night. I think I actually was hemorrhaging or something. I burst a vessel in my forehead, and my head was ringing. I completely hyperventilated and sat there like a stooge for the rest. And thankfully, I did. That was the first thing I did. Yes. Thankfully, that was the first thing I did of the lecture. I still carried it. All right. We'll have Dain and Sinjin in here to talk about pro beach volleyball. And, Drew, you going to sell the next call?
Yeah.
Forget it. We'll talk volleyball.
Yeah.
This is Jonathan.
And this is David from Corn, and you're listening to Loveline
with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. And the phone number, 1-800-LFVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. Dain Blanton and Sinjin Smith. Is it Blanton? Yeah, it's not Blanton. I'm saying it like I'm
most people call him
French-Canadian or something. It's just Blanton. Blanton. I know, but it's like T-O-N right there at the end, It just seems so sloppy to call that. I mean, I bet your great-grandparents called it Blanton.
Possibly.
It's just we're so lazy as Americans. A ton over a few generations just turns into a T-N. Blanton. All right.
And then it's going to be just Blant.
You're still weird tonight, Adam. Don't worry.
Do you notice the Dr. Drew School of Radio where he nods his head knowingly at almost every comment? Do you believe we get paid the same amount of money? Does that seem ridiculous? It is like the guy who chases down the balls, the spikes that went into the crowd, getting paid as much as you guys. The shagger.
Right.
Once in a while, I ding one off my wrist, and it goes flying back a few rows, and Drew has to go fetch it, but we get paid the same. He gets paid for nodding his head.
You got to have balls to play with,
Sinjin Smith also is here. Sinjin is synonymous with pro beach volleyball and volleyball in general. It's a sport that I watch, but I don't know anything about. But Sinjin is the winningest pro beach volleyball player out on the circuit currently. An all-time, I should say. It's not like some guy won more in the 40s named Pappy something and then died.
He's nodding his head.
Yeah, no, I just think it's a little known fact about me. I was a beach lifeguard for several summers, and I played a lot of beach volleyball.
Well,
really?
Where?
Yeah.
What beach was it?
Laguna.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You saw some unreal tournaments. Cause
it was the early days. It was
yeah.
the 70s.
Yeah, no, that's when I started. 77.
I mean, it's been all my summers there forever. I mean,
those tournaments were awesome.
Yeah, they were
Laguna.
awesome.
Yeah.
So fun. Before AIDS and everything. Can you imagine all the sex going down in the parking lot? Oh, Drew, if you weren't assigned to the gay lifeguard post, oh boy, could you have scored. All right, let me give a plug to the event. It's the FIVB Nike World Championship of what do they do? Bring sand into UCLA?
Into the tennis center. It's an awesome tennis center to start with. They bring in sand, and now you have an awesome beach volleyball facility. There's 5 courts there. Center court is about 6,000 seats. They got an unreal VIP section. It's fantastic.
And it's $600,000 total, 300 for men and 300,000 for women.
Yeah, first time equal prize money for men and women.
Oh,
and a
yeah.
lot of it.
See, I'm going to boycott it just based on that. The guys should really get more. They're taller. Who could win?
You know what?
The men could beat the women, right? Men should get
I
paid
don't know
more.
if you remember. Last time I was here, one of the Australian
Yes,
girls was
right,
here.
right.
Oh, that's
she
right.
actually said that she could beat some of the men.
Yeah, I remember her
You
saying
remember that?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
she backed away. She goes, "Oh no, I didn't." You know,
She laughed about it, right?
Yeah. And I went back and I go, "You sure?" It's the guys that told me, and they go, "Yeah, she said it."
Yeah.
I swear to God.
She's tall.
She's
though,
big.
man.
Yeah, she is. She's like my size.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't mind getting a beating from that Gabby Reese. Have you seen her in real life, Drew?
No.
She is so statuesque.
6'3".
She is tall and just... She is cut like if I was a woman and Gabby Reese walked by, I would kill myself. I would just kill myself. First off, she can't have a kid. She got no hips on her. I mean, she's just this beautiful, long, statuesque, muscular reed, though. I mean, you're just amazed by her. And I mean, she looks great. You ever go after her, Sinjin?
She lives. Really, she just moved, but she lived right up the street from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You ever see her through the window going to the bathroom?
I try, but the way the house is situated, it was
Oh, what a life, by the way. So you
She's going to be there all weekend at UCLA at the tennis center.
I know. If it weren't for the restraining
Anyone
order,
can go check. And she'll be in a bikini.
I'd be there too. In one of those sport bikinis too, which is the best. Drew, you got to get into this.
All right.
Okay, see the head nodding.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, the qualifying is on Wednesday. I guess that's tomorrow, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So
all the international teams are qualifying tomorrow. Not all of them. There's 16 international teams already in the event. 8 more will qualify to get into the event, along with 8 American teams that have already qualified.
And
that's men and women.
Right. And is the $300,000? Is that like 200 for first place, 75 for second,
it's
and
more
25
like
for
60 for first and 40 for second.
And where's the other 200 grand
they
going?
pay everybody. If you make it into the main draw, you're getting.
All right, Drew, we're starting a team. Come on.
All right. I used to play.
I mean, we're not going to beat anybody, but we'll get like $8 grand for just going down there.
You guys would be terrible. Though. He could nod, and you would have to.
You have to gag this
Nod,
guy.
and I would argue with the
for
linesman
everybody.
or the umpire or the guy who sits up in the chair there. Ken.
Yes, hi.
Hey, you're 25.
Well, yeah. And you are?
All right, what do you want, Ken? I'm going to hang up on you.
No.
I'm all hopped up on nitrous tonight.
Well, yeah, I know. I heard. You shouldn't drive like that. It's pretty dangerous, not just to yourself, but for the public.
That's all right. I forgot all about it.
So it's just like drinking and driving. So please don't do that. This is actually for anyone and everyone, but I really like to talk to Dr. Drew. I'm giving you the option right now of taking me off the air and talking to me in person because this is kind of a boring problem.
What's the deal?
I'm homeless. I've been homeless for about 2 weeks, living in my car.
How come? What's up?
Excuse me?
How come?
Family problems. Just things getting too hectic.
Be more specific.
My mom is a very controlling person. It's a long story, but to make it very short, I wanted out more than she wanted me out. I found a place to go out of state. I already informed my boss that I was quitting.
Your mom, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, but you're 25.
Well, it's a long story before that, too. I lived in Sacramento by myself. I got into just basically the financial situation was pretty bad, so she told me to move in and take care of things. And I said, okay, and basically landed into this trap.
Have you had any psychiatric problems?
Excuse me?
You ever been to a psychiatric hospital?
Have I ever been into one?
Have you ever had that kind of problem?
All right, wait a minute. I know. I feel real bad for the guy living in the car and his mom booting him out and everything, but I swear to God, I can't take another listener. Drew, come on, let's do it real fast.
So, why'd your mom kick you out?
My mom?
Your mom. Why'd your mom kick you out?
Of where?
Why'd your mom kick you out?
Of the house?
Huh?
Whose house?
Huh?
What? Pardon me? My mom? This is our listeners. Listen, if you're going to call in, you answer the goddamn question. Oh, have you ever been in a psychiatric hospital? Been in one?
Who, me?
I was like, I visited my crazy Uncle Lou there once, but please understand what Drew is asking when he asks a homeless person whether they've ever been in a psychiatric hospital. They're not asking if you work for a pizza place and dropped off a large pepperoni to psychiatric hospital. They're asking if you're actually hospitalized yourself. Ken?
But Adam,
what?
You have to understand I'm on a payphone, and all I heard was psychiatric.
All right.
And, Dr. Drew's mic is not really that clear, as clear as yours.
All right, I'll ask for Drew. It is true. People don't hum with me. What questions would you like me to ask him?
Had he ever been in a psychiatric hospital?
No.
All right.
Have you ever been in a psychiatric hospital?
Negative.
Negative, Drew.
And so you've not. And do you have any medical problems?
I have a heart problem.
Any substance use?
No.
Okay.
Actually, the job that I do is we work
And so you
pretty close with the police.
You have a job.
Yeah.
Why did you quit?
Well, here's the deal. I was supposed to move out, and my friend said if anything gets bad enough that you do, you can come over here. And things got bad enough. Let's just say that my mom just got crazy on me, and I basically was planning to move. Well, my mom, while I was finishing out the week, she called my friend, the one I was going to move in with, and basically cussed her out and told her to leave me the hell alone. And when I came back that night to tell my friend what I've done, to rent a truck and all this, she basically told me, no, I don't want you to move back. I don't want you to move here.
Oh, you shouldn't. That's a good thing. Your mom shouldn't let you come home.
Pardon me?
Your mom should not let you go home.
You're 25.
No. What happened?
Your friend wouldn't let you go home.
No, listen, I'm done. I don't want to talk to anyone. Dane, you have something to say?
I don't know. Isn't this Loveline? I don't know.
Hey, I don't know. All of a sudden, I've turned into Father Flanagan here. Hey, Drew, you want to warm up the soup? The line is forming around the back of the station.
All right, I'll talk to him off the air.
You want to talk to him off the air?
The deal is, I mean, there's something going on emotionally here. I mean, why was he living at home? Why did he take that abuse? Why doesn't he get a job and get out of there? Why does he have to be dependent on somebody else in all things? And,
he wanted you to pick
He's not homeless.
his brain.
He's not homeless. He's not homeless.
No.
He just moved out of home.
All right, and let me explain the mission of Loveline, besides me getting paid and trying to meet chicks and the guests promoting whatever it is they're promoting. Tonight it's Pro Beach Volleyball.
Yeah.
The intention of this show is not to extricate corpses from cars that have been wrapped around telephone poles, but it's to basically patch up cuts, bruises, and bumps. You know what I'm saying? We cannot rebuild someone's life in 3 minutes. Your mom tossed you out of the house. Your mom called your buddy. Now he won't let you come over there. You quit your job. We cannot do. That's too tall an order. We're only so good, and we only care so much. Right, Drew? Nod your head, please.
No.
Okay. But these questions are too overwhelming tonight, are they not? Drew, stop picking these questions. I blame you.
We've been through the whole panel.
All right. I blame Lisa and Sherry then. Okay.
We need clearer questions, that's all.
Yeah, not... but don't give me the puss. You know what I'm talking about. All right.
Well, it's not their fault.
It's nobody's fault, but we're just going to move on. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
After commercial.
All right.
Hi, this is Tom Arnold, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam, what's his name? Carolla and Dr. Drew.
That was tremendous. No, this is good, though. This is Loveline. The number is 1-800-LOVE-191, 568-3191. That was my friend Tom Arnold.
Hey, is my mic still off?
It's kind of low. Mike?
Hey, Mike?
He's not over there. Oh, he's coming over here to fix it.
I thought this was just a big goof.
Here, you can talk
This is really the world's worst radio show. It absolutely is. All right, I'll talk into Drew's mic. All right, did you give the phone number and everything out?
I did.
All right, Dain Blanton and Sinjin Smith are here. They're both pro beach volleyball players. Is my mic on? Nah, mine it doesn't sound... Oh, there it goes. Hey, thank you, Engineer Mike. Wow, that's amazing. They're both big studs. I mean, they both played... How long have you been on the circuit, Sinjin?
20 years.
Oh, for Christ's sake. And look at him. He still looks good. Wait a minute. How old were you when you started?
19.
Let me do some math. Makes you 47 years old. Jesus Christ. And did you play collegiately?
UCLA.
Oh, see? I should have known that.
Of course.
And I know that you played at Pepperdine because I read the bio.
There you go.
And Pepperdine won the NCAA championship.
Yeah, we won the national title in '92. But to give you an idea about Sinjin, I used to watch him when I was like 10, 12 years old. But he still can play, and He's the best player ever to play, and he has the most victories.
Dain, thank you.
He has the most victories, and it's neat to. I've never played against him, but maybe we'll play against each other this weekend. Who knows?
Well, if you win and his squad wins, it's not really a squad. Just who you paired up with, Sinjin?
Carl Henkel.
Oh yeah, the famous Hinkle volleyball family. Who is this Carl Hinkle?
He's he's another UCLA guy, and we played in the Olympics.
And who is the I'm trying to think of the sport here. Most guys are tall. It's good to be tall, but I don't see any guys out there that are 7 foot.
There's some tall guys, but you got to remember,
there's
move. Just two of you on the court covering
cover the court.
A big court, and it's in the sand too. So you got to be able to move around.
You
can't
fall
just
down
be
and get
a
up
big
real
stick.
fast. Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden, Drew was on the pro circuit or something.
No,
Drew,
I
you watched a couple of games.
I played a lot.
He was a lifeguard too.
Please, that was just a gig his dad got him. He knew a few guys over at the club. And, like my son Drew, he doesn't get out in the sun very much. Ladies don't like him. Could you please let him sit up there? And if any real emergency happens, we'll call in the pros. I know how it goes. He probably greased a few palms. All right. Now, there's also 4-man beach volleyball, right?
Yeah.
But that's just not as popular? Or?
No, it's kind of like tennis, singles and doubles. Singles it's much more popular. It's the same thing with 4-man. I think with 2-man, the public really can identify much more easily with the individual personalities. That's what makes it more exciting to watch.
Does a 4-man team, are they able to volley back and forth more than a 2-man team?
Yeah, definitely, because there's so many more people on the court.
Right.
And, I think that's what makes a 2-man game more exciting. There's just a lot of movement. You have to cover the same amount of ground as the 4s, but you only have 2 people out there. But they're going to have the 4 men and women, I believe, at the World Championships.
Yeah, there'll be an international 4-person exhibition, men and women.
Exhibition, and Gabby Reese will be there.
And a lot of other tall, lanky,
good-looking women, right?
People.
Right. Let me ask you a quick embarrassing question. Have the nuts ever come out of the shorts when you're going for a dig? Anything like that?
Dain?
I always wear my briefs, my tier briefs, and I don't know if Sinjin free balls, I think.
Years ago, they didn't wear anything under the shorts, and that was, quite common to have this problem.
Right.
But today, and the shorts they sell, and they have little sacks in there, right?
Sure.
They kind of hold your package,
Right.
And if you don't have that, then you wear the tier or the Speedo or the something,
Right. I'd go in there like a sports bra and a thong back and just break things up. Is there anything that's outlawed, by the way? I mean, if you went in there in a pair of... any guys playing Speedos, for instance?
Brazilian guys.
It's like a French team or something.
I think they used to.
No, they don't on the tour, on either tour, but if they did, it would be okay. I mean... Is
there any rules...
We might not like it.
I mean, are there any weird rules, like in hockey, for instance? You can only have so much tape on the end of your hockey stick, or it can only be curved so much. Is there some piece of clothing or something that's outlawed? Is there any... You know what I mean? Is there anything weird like tape on the hands or anything like that?
Or shoes or socks and that kind of stuff?
Right. Could you play in a poncho if you wanted to?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
Actually, internationally, it's a little more strict because we have to wear this jersey that has the tournament sponsor and everything on it.
Right.
So you can't wear anything over that. And the shorts, basically, you have to wear the same color short as your partner, but it can be a different design. But they don't say you can't wear a Speedo.
All right.
You could wear a Speedo.
If I wore a Speedo, I would just...
Tell what you're writing.
I'd put like my whole sock drawer in the front of it before I hit the courts. Candy?
Yes, hello.
You're 24.
Yes.
What's your question?
I enjoy watching your show, listening to your show, and thank you very much. What is the morning pill, and how does it work?
The morning after pill.
Morning after pill.
Right. It's basically an oral contraceptive pill that prevents implantation. It's overall or low overall taken in a sort of a unique way. You take 2 low overall every day, or 4 low overall.
Like a birth control pill,
Yeah,
right?
it's a birth control pill. And it prevents the egg from... It does not prevent fertilization from occurring, but it prevents implantation in the uterine wall.
Okay.
So this is what you take, like if the condom breaks and you think you may be pregnant, you have 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, about 48 hours pretty solidly.
Oh, okay.
To do something about it.
Side effects?
Nausea. A lot of it.
What, daily?
You only take it for 3 days.
Okay.
So
So it's
it'll
just in that
prevent-
situation where...
Yeah, like let's
It'll
say
prevent a pregnancy fairly effectively. Not as effective as if you'd taken it the way it's supposed to be taken before the problem, but it's quite effective.
But this is different than like RU 486, right?
Which is a real abortifacient, yeah.
So what is not quite as good?
Like 70-80% as opposed to 99.9%.
Oh, but the outcome's the same.
So if
About 80%.
80% of the
protected,
time.
yeah.
So, but here's the point, and here's something we'd like to do: is if every young woman with an irresponsible boyfriend had this stuff,
That
sitting-
means every young woman.
every young woman had this stuff on her nightstand, and her boyfriend, who was supposed to pull out and didn't, or whose condom broke when it shouldn't have, took one of these things that night or the next day or the day after that, she could prevent pregnancy.
This is the stuff that should be in those teen magazines, those women's magazines, much more practical stuff.
The supposed to pull out thing, though, it doesn't really work in all cases because you can leak out sperm.
Absolutely.
You know,
That is
and
not
even if you
contraception.
think you're pulling out,
You're
know,
not.
Whoops.
Yeah,
oh, well,
you're not.
I think maybe. Well, who knows?
Do you ever find yourself getting an erection out there in the court with the crowd
These
and
questions.
all the excitement and everything?
Bizarre
Well, could you imagine you're there in front
Did you
of...
have one when you were talking in those universities?
No, but it could have.
Okay.
But I wasn't wearing a pair of swim trunks in front of 6,000 people either.
So just if you'd had a bikini on, then might have happened. Just the thought, the possibility.
No, when I go to the beach, oftentimes, if I'm there for a couple hours, something could happen. I just roll over on my belly and lie down on the towel. But you're out there playing for a couple hours. There's tons of great-looking women in bikini tops all around you. You know, there's the smell of the coconut oil and whatnot. I'm just saying, it could happen, could it not?
Yeah, there's no question that it could happen, and you know, I'm sure with Dain it happens quite a bit because he's always checking the crowd out.
You like the women, right? They're beautiful women that show up at these things, right?
Yeah, there are.
You kidding? And
Candy,
they're
where-
close to the court because you know,
They're right there.
They're right there.
Candy, where are you?
I'm right here. I'm listening.
What is that noise in the background?
What noise? Oh, I'm at work. That's my register.
Where are you working?
Huh? I work at a 7-Eleven.
Which one? Or what?
In Las Vegas.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would
Here
kill
on
myself.
Sahara, one
Oh.
of the main roads.
Is it 115 degrees there today?
Tonight.
Oh, no, not right now. There's probably about right around 100, not too.
Not on 15, 100, Adam.
Do you have slot machines in your 7-Eleven?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Are there people working them right now?
No, not right now.
Oh.
all right.
You quit.
Are you having trouble? Or you be pregnant?
I think so.
What happened?
Well, like you guys said, probably the pull-out method. So
There you go.
that would be it.
Don't you get free condoms at 7-Eleven
Huh?
for working there?
Can't you get some free condoms?
It's
No,
too
you
late
can't
for that now.
Pay for that
The
stuff.
question is, what can she do now? Was this last night?
No, this has probably been 2-3 weeks. Not very far long.
Okay, the morning after isn't going to work, right?
Not going to wait.